Hey everyone, we're going to solve this quadratic inequality algebraically. And we have two problems we're going to do. So I'll do the first one. I'm also doing the second one, but you can practice. So the first one, we're doing the algebraic method. And so we want to write, it's already written on either side of the inequality. So let's factor this. And we're going to get x minus 5, x plus 4 is greater than 0. That means it's positive. So we have x, if we set each piece, we have x is greater than 5, and x is greater than negative 4. We can use a little sign diagram and write this as negative 4, 5, put your smaller number first, and let's see what's going on between negative infinity to negative 4 to 5, and 5 to infinity. And we want it to be positive. So what you do is we're going to pick a number. Let's pick negative 5. You pick any number less than negative 4. And if I plug in a negative 5 in here, we're going to get negative 10. That means it's negative. If I plug in negative 5 in this one, it's going to be also negative. So two negatives when you multiply gives you a positive. All right, now let's pick a number between negative 4 and 5. 0 is always a good choice. So you plug in 0, you're going to get negative here and positive here. A negative times a positive is negative. And now let's plug in, say, 6 for this interval here. So if I plug in 6, I'm going to get positive, positive. Positive times a positive is positive. Well, what we want is positive. Greater than 0 means positive. So where it's positive is here. So a good way to write this is going to be that x such that x is greater than 5, or, let me scoot this down, x such that x is greater than 5, or x is less than negative 4. You could also switch these around. All right, so you would use the word or here. Now the next one, let's do that one. Factor this. It's already set up correctly. This is a perfect square triangle. No, it's not. So if we factor this, we're going to get x minus 2 and x plus 8. X minus 8, sorry about that, is less than 0. That means it's negative. So when you solve for this, you have x is less than 2, x is less than 8. All right. Now let's go ahead and do a sign diagram. And we're going to put the smaller number than the larger number and check our intervals from negative infinity to 2, 2 to 8, and 8 to infinity. And you don't have to get the exact amount, just plug in a number. So for less than 2, I like to plug in 0. So if you plug in 0 into this, you're going to get negative. 0 into this one, you get negative. Negative times a negative is a positive. All right, now let's plug in another number. Let's plug in 3. You can plug in 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll plug in 3. If I plug in 3 here, I'm going to get positive times a negative. So this is going to, positive times a negative is going to be negative. And then for 8 to infinity, I can plug in 9. I'm going to get positive times a positive is a positive. Well, we want negative. Anytime a teacher writes that, that means x is negative. So this is the one that's negative. So since it doesn't have an equal, the way you're going to write it is x such that x is in between these two numbers, between 2 and 8. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.